Hey, fellow scallywags and pirates, Gary Drayton back with some common sense treasure hunting advice. And as you can imagine, I get loads and loads of people asking me questions, and another one of those questions that everybody asks. It doesn't matter if I've been metal detecting or searching for treasure for a short time, just getting into it, or the more experience. They always ask me, how do you find your sites? Where do you go treasure hunting? I can't get permission, I'm struggling, I don't know where to go. How do you choose your sites? Because site selection is one of the keys to treasure hunting. But that all starts with research, because it really is Crossbones Nation out there. There's so many treasures waiting for you, and they're so simple to find once you know where to look. And that starts with research. Research is the key. And I'm not talking about Googling and stuff like that. No, I'm talking old school. Because there is a building in town, if you live near a town or a village, there's normally a building and it's got these things in it, and they're like all different shapes, but they've got pages in them. They're called books and magazines. And this building is called a library. And that library normally has a local section, a local history section. You go through those books and magazines about the local history of your area, it is golden information. Literally, you can actually go out and find some gold and silver, and all it takes is a trip to the library. I mean, as crazy as that might sound, they're still in existence. So get yourself a library card, get in there, go through all those local history books. You'd be amazed at what you can discover. Now, another a great way actually of finding older areas, if you're into old coins and artifacts, is the property appraiser site. If you go online on the property appraiser site, you're not bothered how much an house is valued at. You're bothered about that age of house. And I find really cool old areas. You'd be surprised just how many old areas there are close to you. Find the date of the house. It might go back to the 1800s, 1700s. Hey, you get these old houses and they're right there. They've got the addresses and everything, and you get a group of them. You go knocking on doors. Hi, I'm really interested. Love your house. I think it's brilliant, and I would love to find something connected to the history of it. And the owners are normally up for sharing the fines, and they want a piece of the history of their property. So that is a good way. Another unusual way of finding sites to search is whenever there's an old postcard show in town or close by, you go there, you go to the older postcard sections, people selling old postcards, and you can see exactly what it looked like back in the day, whenever back in the day was for your area. You buy a few of those postcards, it's like walking around with a little treasure map, just the postcards. Another way I find areas to search is street names. Sometimes I used to be driving around and I'd see Cannon Road or Anchor Street. And obviously there's no Cannon there, there's no Anchor, but the history of the area you find through those names when you research and you can find that maybe there was an old shipwreck on the beach not far away and they brought the cannon up and mounted it, or the anchor and it's long gone but it's still called Anchor Lane or Cannon Road or stuff like that. Or like Foundry Street, there used to be an old iron foundry there, and they used to pay them in tokens or old money and the workers, and you can find stuff. It's so easy. Another great research tool is those old folks. I mean, look at me, I'm getting on a bit, and I used to love talking, and I still do. I talk to old people. I like hearing stories from old people. And they tell you, oh, back in the day we used to hang out here, that maybe they were a courting couple, a husband and wife or a girlfriend, and they would, oh no, that used to be a parking lot, used to be a drive-in theatre. They tell you the history of where they used to go. Oh, we used to go swinging off this old tree, a rope on the tree, and we used to go diving into the lake. I found some of those places. Woo-wee! Talk about old gold class rings. And I've been able to return a few. So it's just simple things like that that you can do to find sites to search. And the less you rely on Googling sites, the better. I really do. I go old school. I drive around. I go looking for old schools, old businesses long gone, and then those areas. Sometimes the areas really run down, and it's not as important as it was back in the day, but stacked with old coins, jewelry, and stuff like that. And if you're into Spanish treasure, which I am, look for those place names. You know what? I do Google stuff. I go on Google Earth and I put the satellite view up, and I'm not looking for, wrecks close to shore. Yeah, you can see breaks in the coral reefs and stuff, but I'm looking for place names. I want to know why that area was called a certain name. So I hope these little tidbits help you to line your pouch with whatever you're searching for. No matter if you're a beach hunter or you're searching inland, it's just common sense little things like that that's going to lead you to be a successful treasure hunter. Doesn't matter if you use a metal detector or your twin optical scanners. Like I say, it really is Crossbones Nation out there. There's so many treasures just waiting to be found. And there's one thing I've learned on all my travels, wherever I go, I do my research. You'd be amazed at what's still out there. And you're like, wow, no one knows about these, But hey, hopefully you guys can find some of those places. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. I'm going to keep these videos rolling, share the knowledge. So everybody out there, good luck, and I will be seeing you soon. Cheers, Gary.